but man, no calls tonight. No calls tonight. 127-97. And before, and I've already seen all the people on Twitter, the Warriors are a 3-point shooting team. The Warriors don't drive as much. Hey, you can't blame the fouls. The disparity in calls in this game was absolutely astronomical, just like game one. The final doesn't look that bad. Warriors shot 12 of 17 from the free throw line. LA shot 28 of 37. LA had 20 more free throw attempts than Golden State. At one point, I looked up and it was 37-9. So the Warriors got the last 8 free throw attempts of the game. That's interesting to make it look a little bit more even. But at one point, LA had a 37-9 free throw attempt advantage on Golden State. And I understand there's a size disparity and there's a style of game disparity, and the Warriors settle for more threes and you don't get as many calls, so on and so forth. But guys, I mean, this is the only way the Warriors can lose to the Lakers, is if there's a parade to the foul line. And yet I don't want to absolve the Warriors of any blame, because the Warriors, when Moses Moody hit that 3-pointer, Warriors were up 40-29.
Yep.
They were up 11 points in the second quarter.
Right.
And the wheels came off, and it partly came off because of the officials. Moses Moody, it was called a transition foul, a take foul. The replay, they changed it to a flagrant 1. That gave the Lakers, 2 free throws and possession of the ball. Then there was an offensive foul call by AD against Draymond Green. It looked like it could have gone either way. Instead, they called to Draymond on the foul, and Green then gets a technical. So the Lakers got back in it on that one. Then later in the second quarter, LeBron misses a layup. The refs immediately, as soon as the ball rolled off the rim, foul. Like, if it was going to go, he wasn't going to get that foul. That keyed at that point. LeBron went to the line. He had 2 free throws. That run was 17-2. And then it goes on in the second quarter. I mean, there's the technical foul on Jermichael Green screaming from the bench. That gave LA a free throw. LA at that point was up 11. Then there's the defensive 3 in the key on DiVincenzo. That gave LA a free throw attempt. They missed it. Still, they got a free throw attempt. And suddenly the Warrior 11-point second quarter lead, they go into the locker room. They're down 11. They were up 11 to down 11, all in the late
5 minutes
quarter, aided by a lot of free throws and some undisciplined moves by Golden State. Very disappointing from veterans like Jermichael and Draymond Green. That was the ball game right there. I mean, Lakers put a little spurt on them in the third. They wound up leading by 18 going to the fourth, and the fourth quarter was all garbage time. But I know the Warriors turned it over too much, and I know it wasn't all based on the free throw disparity, but that late second quarter is when this game really switched momentum, and it was largely switched on the backs of some really questionable calls and a parade to the foul line once again, similar to game one.
Yeah, they were up 40-29, as you said. Moody hit the 3. Lakers came down and missed. Curry had the ball on the rebound. He was dribbling up. Clay had a step on LeBron or 2. Curry threw a one-handed bounce pass, thinking Clay was going to keep going to the hoop, and
Clay didn't see it.
He veered off to the 3-point line, and it just went out of bounds, turnover, and then the parade just started. But I'll say this about the Moody call. If you've ever played basketball, when you fall, there's a natural way to fall to protect yourself from injury. Moody was falling backwards. His arm went back. He never closed his hand to grab Davis. His hand was open and it was extended. Davis hit it. Hit as he was running. He hit his forearm, and it naturally tripped Davis. He didn't trip him. He didn't pull on him. If you watch it really close, he didn't like close his hand. He left it open. And, Davis is a big dude. He's a strong guy. He's got the force. So I thought that was a call. And Javi was just getting ready to say, I think it's a common foul when the ref, announced that it was a flagrant, because Javi was going to say basically the same thing, that was not an intentional. It was just a natural play. And for them to call that a flagrant, to me, it changed the momentum. I don't think the Warriors would have won tonight. I'm not saying that was the reason, but there was even Moody's shot that got blocked. If you watch it closely, LeBron hit him from behind, threw him off balance a little bit. Then Davis went up to block the shot, hit him in the elbow first, and then his arm extended and got the clean block. So it's just, that's going to happen, but that's just the way it goes. The Warriors, they were not they didn't play with any poise that last 5-6 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, anytime that you are the road team, you should have the expectation that you're not going to get a friendly whistle. And the mentality is, I want to get an even whistle, right? And you could argue that up until midway through the second quarter, the Warriors had a fair whistle. They were up 11 points. They kind of withstood the D'Angelo Russell barrage in the first quarter. Bron wasn't really doing anything, and they were in pretty good shape. Listen, referees impact the game, and they impacted the game tonight to the extent that it helped the Lakers. All right. Now, I wouldn't, from my perspective, I'm not going to compartmentalize every little call, because even with like DiVincenzo in the lane, I mean, the referees don't have a computer in their head. It's like 2-point whatever. They were trying to assess if he was guarding anybody, and he wasn't really guarding anybody. It probably wasn't 3 seconds, but he was not guarding anybody. The challenge that I have with the Warriors is they 9 out of 10 times are the smartest team in the NBA. They didn't play that way tonight. And I think that put them at a disadvantage. The referees wanted to get Draymond out of the game. I believe that because he was allowed to play Anthony Davis very physically in game 2 up in San Francisco. And if Draymond can't be who he is as a defender, it wrecks the Warriors defense. I guess Looney was sick, because I've never seen Looney play worse than he played tonight. So a lot of things went wrong, but the one thing that went right for the Warriors, I'll say, is that for whatever reason, they were able to gas the Lakers. The Lakers look really, really tired, and it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that Steve Kerr makes going into Monday night. But I actually feel pretty good if I'm a Warrior fan. I think they have a good chance to win on Monday night.
I think you're right on the officials as far as Green. I mean, it really a major element of this series is how physical are they going to let it get inside, against Anthony Davis. Are the Warriors going to be able to bring that physicality, or are they going to blow the whistle? Green got that early foul trouble situation going, and that limited what they can do. As far as Kevon Looney, he doesn't look like he's a fit for this series. It's like Anthony Davis is just way too talented for Looney, too quick. He's been neutralized. The other thing was that Draymond Green and Jermichael Green, just terrible. I mean, 24 minutes or 34 minutes combined from those two guys. Draymond had 2 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Jermichael had 2 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. So they got 0 out of the Green brothers. So that was big. And then also, I mean, the Warriors did not defend the Lakers at the 3-point line well enough. The Lakers shot 48% on threes, 48% in this game. Lakers also scored 27 off Golden State's turnovers. 19 turnovers is too much. And then the 20 The 20 free throw disparity obviously is a huge issue as well. But this game was, this I'll tell you the one thing that's so frustrating about this watching this series. The Lakers are old and broken down. AD can't bring it every night. He can bring it almost every other night. LeBron didn't even shoot the ball until there were 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. How do you lose a game where LeBron doesn't even shoot? But LA is a bad defensive team in transition, and the Warriors can't get out in transition. So, I mean, why you just came off a series where you played incredibly fast against Sacramento. The Warriors had 4 points against the Lakers on the break. You have to push the pace. You are the faster team. They're the bigger team. You're the smaller team. The smaller team cannot also be the team that loses on the break. You know, the fact that Warriors are -7 on the break is bad, but the fact that the Warriors only had 4 fast break points in 4 quarters is unacceptable. I mean, this is not a Laker team that wants to get up and down. You should be able to run them off the floor. And instead, the Lakers have this pronounced weakness is that they're a bad defensive team in transition. And you're not getting out in transition. So you can't take advantage of it at all. I think that is a major aspect of this thing. The Warriors have got to get 14 points in transition, not 4. I think you're not going to get it in the half court and just crush this Laker team. They're better defensively in the half court. They're worse defensively in a full court game. Get in a full court game. Push the pace. Very disappointing. Very disappointing effort for sure for Golden State. I really thought Golden State was the better team. It looked like they were the better team halfway through the second quarter. And then all of a sudden, the wheels come off. The momentum shifted. Golden State seemed really, really either overconfident or undisciplined or some combination thereof, because they didn't seem like it bothered them at all that they were giving the Lakers free throw attempts with jawing from the bench and that kind of stuff. You can't do that in the playoffs. I mean, you literally have to be better than that. So, Draymond Green, I thought was very disappointing overall. His impact in this game was not good. And then the first half turnovers. I mean, 12 turnovers in the first half. That led to 17 points for the Lakers. I think the Warriors in some ways handed this one over.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the reason why I like to watch the Warriors is because I generally learn something because they're so smart. I mean, tonight they just did not play with any intelligence in that second quarter sequence. I mean, first quarter, midway through the second quarter, they were fine. They were playing good basketball. But I mean, as a coach and as a player, there's one thing that really bothers me. I mean, I get Draymond getting technicals because that's who Draymond is. This guy's a Hall of Famer. I cannot tolerate role players getting technical fouls. I mean, JaMychal Green, listen, I was happy for him. I thought he should have played in game 2 just to kind of shake things up. But that's kind of been his career. This dude should have made a lot more money. But, he has these moments where he really hurts himself. And tonight, for him to get a technical, especially when you consider how poorly he was playing. Now, hopefully he'll shake it up. But, I thought Kerr was also slow to go away from that because that wasn't working. And the one thing that, aside come on tonight, the one time that he's going to have a legitimate gripe, there's no way that Kuminga should not have been in the game before garbage time in the fourth quarter. I don't get it. Looney was hurt. JaMychal Green wasn't playing well. So what could you lose by putting Jonathan Kuminga in the game? Nothing. So, there were some adjustments that Kerr could have made tonight that we didn't see. Maybe he's playing possum for game 4, but I was waiting for him to make some adjustments and he didn't do it.